We tried our best in order to save the listener from the rant that will come. The inevitable rant. The inevitable bullshit.
Like every episode.
But this episode...
Like every episode. That is an accurate statement to make.
It's probably the most accurate we've ever been. But Allan's here. We tried to...
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
We tried to stop him.
I've had an interesting...
How many balls have you... How many times have you put your balls into, like, hot water in order to try and burn them off?
None. Because I'm not stupid.
Hot damn.
Zing.
Hot.
Got him.
Damn. No, for the most part, I've actually, this week has just been kind of a work week. Like, days go by. I do my run, I go to bed. So, like, if there's anything new... Oh, no, there is news! And I gotta talk about Pokemon really, really badly, but I'm not gonna do it right yet, because, oh boy. But other than Pokemon, I haven't had, like, any gaming news that I've... like, a few gaming news things I've seen. One of which I'm kind of excited for, mostly because I've never got to play it. I'm excited that the fact that Steam sale is actually in full swing now.
Wait, is it?
I mean, like, hard in full swing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's a Killy weekend sale. This week. It's next weekend.
Yeah, it's just
it is?
next weekend's gonna.
It's the 23rd.
Okay, no.
Right now.
All I noticed is that it, like, what I mean is, like, for the most part, I've noticed that it's just been on nonstop. Like, a lot of games that I've been wanting to get have been just, like, plummeted in price for, like, a week, and I was like, oh, buy that game, buy that game, buy that game. And I was like, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope whatever the hell bullshit they have for the sale going on, that I can at least stay up on it and not freaking fail out on it, like, or almost fail out on it like last time. Like, frick. It was the stupid... It wasn't the clicker. It wasn't the clicker like it was before. It was an idle thing. That's what it was.
I didn't know Octopath Traveler was on PC.
Yeah, it just came out.
Wait, it just came out? Fuck, I want to get it for my Switch.
It legit released yesterday. And you want to know how much it cost? $83.
And that seems worth it to me.
It actually does seem worth it.
But I want it on my Switch, so I'm going to buy it on my Switch because I'm a fucking retard.
No, that's okay.
And also, I'm not taking my...
Isn't it technically cheaper that way?
Maybe. Fuck off. Don't care.
New and trend. Oh, look, Stellaris has a new major release, the Ancient Relics story pack. Cool. I am going to add that to my wish list. I'm not going to buy... I might buy it later. Mostly because I really like Stellaris. Because I'm a glutton for pleasure. No, like, this week's been pretty meh.
This week it's been pretty meh for me as well, but I've been kind of digging into my PS2 collection for a little bit. And, oh boy, I was like, oh man, I should rekindle that fire, my love for SSX 3. And I popped it in and I was like, yeah, doing all these cool tricks, doing all these cool things. And then the PS3 was like, hey, the internal timer I have for this, because they never ever updated the emulation on this, I'm just going to freeze. I'm like, oh, great. Thanks, Sony. And it's basically just me going one after another of my PS2 games. Does this work? Does this work? Does this work? Does this work? Mm-hmm. Okay, this kind of works. Okay, how about this? A really obscure PS2. It works fine. huh. Like, actually, the really obscure game I played is Sky Gunner, and fucking that thing works like a dream. So it's so crazy how freaking weird that PS3 emulation works even better, or like it works on and off, very on and off.
You know what's on and off? My love of Destiny.
Yep. Your love of Destiny, and you just jerking it.
There was some news this week, and there was some things this week, and Josh played some games, and I played Dusk and Into the Breach and other games, and but Destiny was the biggest news because we got announcements from Google Stadia and everything, and I'll sum it up in 2 words: bullshit. Google Stadia is bullshit. It's $10 a month, and you still have to buy the games.
Wait, it's $10 a month, but you have to buy
for 4K and 60 frames per second and a 5.1 surround sound system. Whereas, like, I can just buy the games and use them.
How about no?
Oh, well, you know, if you don't want to pay, you can just not pay the money for the games, and then you can just play it on your phone or tablet for free, but you still have to buy the games.
Uh-huh. Their plan is not great. If I remember correctly, I don't. Their plan is, yeah, like you said, it's freaking, you know, yeah, you can get all these games. Like, there's free ones to put out once in a while, like indie games. But yeah, if you want to get AAA shit, you have to pay for it. That's what I understood. Although it's going to be such a weird line to tread of like what's considered AAA and what's isn't. So it's just going to be super fucking weird on that service of like, is this free? No? Yes? Maybe?
And then
am I going to have to pay 10
and then
bucks?
The good
No?
news happened, and Bungie announced that Destiny 2 was going free to play, and all of the Year 1 content was going to be free. So you still have to buy Forsaken and stuff like that, but I'm already going to buy it because I'm a fucking whore, so shut the fuck up. But we're going back to the moon, boys. We're going back to the moon. Yay!
Yay.
Apparently the Hive girl starts having nightmares, and then she summons more nightmare bosses. So you have to kill all the nightmares.
Oh.
And I'm actually excited, and I'm probably going to buy it, and I'm probably going to, like, as soon as I can, and I'm a whore, so fuck off.
No. We all know you're a whore. You don't have to say fuck off. You just have to.
Look,
we
just
accept
because
No. With you, it's fuck on.
Look,
Yeah, it's fuck
just because
on.
I'm wearing red lipstick, and I'm proudly presenting myself to the glory hole, so that Bungie-san can stick its big, large rod in my face, is not a big deal. Just because I want more of that sweet, sweet Destiny dopamine injected into my veins does not make me a whore.
Kind of does.
Actually, it does.
I
Put it in the most erotic way I could.
Well, you made it erotic, then he turned to a drug that you inject in your arm. So it's like, is this like a really dangerous object that you're supposed to have sex with? Dear Lord. No.
It is.
I'm never going to have sex with this thing.
It is like the Master Chief Collection when it eventually comes out.
Basically.
Yeah. But I'm excited. I'm an excited person. And I kind of can't wait, because the fact that this got announced makes me feel really happy. In every sense of the word. And because, like, you know what? Hey, it might be a good game that we can play together, because they're like, hey, we're going to make it so that everyone can play together very easily. I'm like, yes.
Yes. Although, man, I think I know I've said it before, but it's like my only memory of playing Halo was getting pushed through with my friends because I again no interest, but I was like, whatever, everyone's playing it.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, yeah, let's get all the skulls, and I'm like, okay, I'm dying. We're getting them.
I'll die. I'll be the human sacrifice.
Yeah. It's like, are we getting the skulls? Oh, we got to play this on max difficulty. Okay, cool. I'm not going to learn this game at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my experience.
Yeah. Okay, and what other news happened today? Well, Josh played... Well, actually, no. Josh, tell me about the Pokemon thing.
No, I can talk about Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Which Pokemon thing?
The announcement.
Yeah, the Direct.
The drive, or the Direct? I was going to say the Drive? Yeah, so they just dropped more info on how the next Sword and Shield and Gun are going to play. And so basically it's going to be a weird mix between Go and the last Pokemon, the main series Pokemon, from what I understand.
Oh, so it's going to be... It's going to be...
So it's like you're still going to have your Pokemon battles, but it's going to be in like a giant wild area between areas that you're going to walk to. Like apparently so basically there's a giant little wild area. I think it's just called Wildlands, which is super creative. And they're like, yeah, depending on the day and where you walk in the Wildlands, the Pokemon are randomly spawn and all this junk. And it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. You know, you just walk around a giant safari and just try to, and guess you're kind of crossing your fingers, hoping to run into something, or at least run into something that you want. And basically, because this is based off of the UK, or not the UK, but like London and that area, yeah. So basically, it's like, yeah. So it's like it's industrialized look. A lot of it is like a lot of the looks and flavors are from that country. So it's like, yeah, you're gonna expect these type of things. And the one thing I dislike about the announcement is that they also announced the rival. And my God, the rival, he looks so fucking weird. Like he looks like a cross between a king and a soccer guy.
Is it Gary?
It looks. Well, it's not necessarily Gary. It was just like he's wearing soccer garbs, like he's going to his soccer game, but at the same time he's wearing a cape, like a freaking king would wear, and then he has this really douchey hat with a flip, like a big curve flip that goes straight up. Or I'm imagining that it's probably just a hat that's going, on top of his head like anime style. And I was like, man, this looks weird as shit. And his fucking trimmed beard that this dude has, it looks so fucking off. I just can't get over it.
To name him Gary, so that way then it can be like, Gary, we need to do a trust blowjob. Gary, trust blowjob.
So this guy, I was gonna say this guy I described. He's the champion of the region.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the best around.
Yeah, quote unquote.
The undefeated champion, in which we were like, "Oh man, I'm gonna ruin this guy's day."
I'm gonna ruin this. I'm gonna ruin this guy's career.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then your rival that you're fighting against is the brother of the same guy, or is the brother? Yeah, brother of the freaking champion, and his name is Hop.
Yeah.
I'm like, how high are these parents?
I mean, are they the best around? Is nothing ever going to keep them down?
Yeah. What else did they announce in that thing?
They announced a bunch of new Pokemon.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Including the 7'2" Blackbird that is Corviknight. And legit, he looks like Guts as a bird.
It does.
And I love it because I'm going to name it Lord Commander Mormont. It's going to be just Mormont in the game because I don't think they're going to be able to go above like 10 characters like usual. But it's going to be Lord Commander Mormont to me because he's the fucking crow. And I'm like, excellent. I have a Night's Watch now.
Well, you're doing it wrong because you should call him Guts.
No. That's specifically the reason why I'm not calling him Guts because I know everybody's going to call him Guts. However, the thing that I'm going to do that everybody else is going to do is name the Sword Wolf Sith.
Sephiroth?
Yeah.
The good boy.
I'm just
and just
I do love all the memes pouring out right now, and a lot of it is just the new Pokemon they announced is Wooloo.
yeah, they announced
a lot of people love Wooloo, even though it's probably just going to be the
Shitty
Rattata Pokemon for this season.
It's probably going to be Rattata, but everyone's going to be like, I'm going to have 100. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm going to have 100. I hope the shiny Pokemon is just black, like a black sheep.
I would love that. Actually, that would be a really good. That'd be a really good way to do that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
The turtle thing looks really nice too. Like it looks like really, really good.
Yeah. Although a lot of people are pointing out that they hope that the alternate skin is a Bowser look.
Ooh, I don't
like
think that's
traditional.
I don't think that's gonna happen because it's what
I don't think that's.
It's,
yeah,
you,
like
you
I think that's.
Yeah, remember it's a water rock. That's the thing. We've already know it's typing. It's water rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah,
just like how
so I guess it's
just like
alternate.
how Corviknight is not because I thought it was gonna be Steel Dark. My buddy thought it was gonna be Flying Steel, or Flying Dark, one of the two, and it ended up being Flying Steel. And we were like, not even mad.
Nice.
Yeah. The other thing that I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of hope it's just an option that you can turn off in the game. But the fact that it uses the no random encounters anymore.
Yeah, that's the big thing that they did. Is like, yeah, it could be like Pokemon Go now, and it's like, well, I think a lot of people enjoyed Pokemon Go, but I think people enjoyed it because it was Pokemon Go and not necessarily the main series of Pokemon. Because, like, I mean, there's a reason that the main series of Pokemon is the way it is.
Yeah, and again, while I'm okay with that change, I vehemently hope that is a option that you can turn off because I find the idea of that actually like potentially incredibly like with the potential of like backfiring really hard on them because if you end up in an area where you've got like dozens and dozens of Pokemon that prop up on the screen that can lag out the potential.
So will I still be able to fight Pokemon? Like, will I be able to run up and then be like, yes, I want to fight you?
Yes, it's still going to be like that. But the reason why I'm a little upset is because the Pokemon will spawn in and you'll be able to run up and attack them. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that because, like, for me, the randomness was the thing that, like, made me enjoy it a little. I don't know what I'm getting into. Either I'm about to sweep this thing or I'm about to get just annihilated. Because you got to remember, there's the old roaming legendary that used to be a thing with the way that they did Entei
Sapphire.
Yeah.
Or not Sapphire. It's
Gold, Soul Silver.
Yeah.
Gold and Silver and Emerald as well, which is where the idea comes from. Where the three legendary beasts, the Entei, Suicune, and Raikou, would just roam around the map, and you just randomly stumble into them. Just abruptly, suddenly, out of nowhere.
Yep.
And you just get downright screwed because, like, you'd be like, ha ha ha, I'm level 30, I can totally take any Pokemon. Level 50 legendary pops up for you. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Oh, actually, you say that, and then he uses Roar, and then he runs away, and then you go, oh, maybe I'll run into him later. Then you defeat the Elite Four and go, where was this fucking Pokemon? It turns out there's a glitch, and you can't get him back.
That used to be the problem.
I mean, I run into that originally, and it sucked.
Yep.
Like, sucked so hard because I was running around endlessly going, why isn't this fucker showing up? And then it turns out, oh, there's a huge glitch if he uses Roar. I'm like, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, so bad.
I don't know how I feel about one of the legendaries. I do love the Sword Dog, but fuck, I don't know how I feel about...
What about Shield Dog?
I don't know how I feel about the Good Boy, because they're both good boys. I know which game I'm playing. I'm playing Sword because I want Sword Boy because I want to name it Sif. Like, that is legit the reason why I'm getting that game. It's because I just saw the legendary and I was like, yep, I know what I'm doing now. Because that is...
Get on my level and get both.
No.
I honestly think the Shield is honestly the best one, and I'm probably going to get Shield. Just because the Shield looks better than the stupid Sword with the fucking sword in the... They could have made the Pokemon look so much better.
No, they couldn't have. Like, legit, it's a ripoff of Sif. You not know what Sif looks like?
No. Oh yes.
Hang on.
Yes, I do. It's
Do
the
you?
dog with the sword in his mouth.
I mean, you don't play the game, but you know what it
Yes.
looks like, though.
I'm sorry. That's badass. I'm actually really happy. And the entire point of the concept behind both of them is the unstoppable force meets the unmovable object. That's the entire point of both. Which is why, by the way, the answer to that question of what happens when an unstoppable force and an unmovable object meet each other, nothing happens. And it's just nothing happens. Zero happens. Period.
Well, it's like when Wolverine meets the Blob. Guess what happens? Nothing.
Yep.
Even his razor sharp claws can't cut the fuck.
Yep. Well, they can, but he just keeps going.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna say this right now. I am happy. I'm excited. I don't care. I'm buying it anyways. And then I'm gonna rub it in Josh's face.
Well, I'm gonna be like, well, I have the game sitting beside me. I just gotta get a
I'm gonna
Switch
show
now.
up to your house because I'm in school by then. So I'm gonna show up to your house. And I'm just gonna sit on the. Actually, no. Depends. If you're at Rona, I'm gonna like send you a text message. I'm gonna be like, "Are you at Rona right now?" And if the message is yes, I'm gonna drive up to the Rona, to your particular Rona, walk into your lumberyard, sit down, just on a pile of wood, pull up my Switch, and then just start playing it in front of you.
And then I tell you to get the fuck
And then
out.
I'm gonna look
So
at
we
me-
get the wood under your
and
ass.
I'm gonna say, no.
And then we're gonna go, all right, let's call the police now.
Run away.
Then you run
We
away.
show up. Sir, we would like to have a talk. Fuck, it's it.
You're like, jeez it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I never at my job. Luckily, it's a pick up and go thing with getting the stuff or in the yard. So, freaking, it's a good thing. I never have to be like go to the manager and go. You have to get the police.
Get the police.
Like, very thankful. It's more of the inside people though that have to worry about that because I'm not worried about that shit.
Oh boy.
But yeah, Pokemon, it's gonna be cool. Oh, and apparently the bike. Here's another added thing that's a little, it showed for 2 seconds. The bike, it can ride on
What?
water. So, yeah, like you have the bike like you traditionally do, but now it's like you go on land, you go on the water. I'm not sure if you go in the air. Maybe I guess you don't, but still, that'd be like that'd be the third
This
step.
defies physics. That's not allowed.
Just keep bicycling, and you'll eventually
That's like
hit the
saying
air.
PHP is a good language.
Just keep bicycling.
By the way,
Keep doing
Allan,
it.
I actually agreed with a furry for once in my life. It was very traumatizing.
Oh.
The furry sat there and said PHP was terrible, and I had to agree.
PHP?
Yeah.
You mean the stuff that you use to relax in fucking weed?
No, PHP, that's THC and CLH and XCY. No, PHP is like a fucking coding language. That's
Coding language. Oh, you have to nerd it up with coding language jokes, don't you?
Oh.
It's funny because the furry,
But
the furry actually made good points, and it was sad.
Guess what? A lot of people in professional industries are probably furries. Oh no, your world's collapsing around you.
I have a buck for that. It's
Do you?
It's called How to Be Friends with Gay Furries. It
Is that a legit book?
Wait, really?
Yes, I own a copy.
Do you need to link a? You need
boy.
to link link an image of this.
Hold on. Let me find it.
Step one. It's gonna, say it's homosexual, and it's gonna say it's also a furry. Just ignore and treat it like a human being. If it keeps continuing to talk about this, just keep nodding your head and going,
That's pretty much.
and then try to change topic to other interests, like movies.
Hold
on, let's see. For software developers, oh really? Vincent Wolf.
Yep.
Learn to accept other. Oh boy, that is a mean statement, but I like it.
I have a physical copy of it. It's a really good book. I recommend it to everyone.
I do like how it's in the style of one of those synopsis, like, hey, how to get catched up in 11th grade math or whatever. It's the same style of books.
I actually own like 3 of those books.
And to think I was gonna fail high school. I almost
failed
did.
a course this year. That was very fun. That was fun.
So, Kill All Humans got announced.
Yay! I never played the first one.
Yay! Although, I watched the release trailer for that, and I was like,
fuck yeah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is so fucking cool. And then I'm like, wait, hold on. Why is he singing German? How does he know this song that's from 2000 something? And I'm like, fuck it, it's cool. Just stay out of that part of my mind. Yeah, geek. Talking to myself.
Josh, were you attacking yourself?
Oh, yes, on a daily basis.
Is it
all the
sad that I
time.
never played Destroy All Humans?
It's not sad because despite being popular, it's still kind of obscure.
I kind of want to play it, so I am going to play it.
It is fun. I'm not sure. Is this a HD remake or something? I can't remember. Because if it's going to be an HD remake, I'm just going to throw it out there saying it's going to be tough as shit. Because I do remember getting like a halfway point and then the game just being okay or being unfair now. And it's like, fuck.
I'm at, because the thing is, like, I remember like when Kill All Humans initially came out, way back when.
Mm-hmm.
Back when I was a wee young.
Back when you were a wee young guy.
Back when I was a wee lad. And I when I first saw it, I was like, it looks cool. It looks fun.
We can't hear you.
How can you not hear me?
Well,
I don't know. It's just cut out.
But whatever. It's just, it looked fun, but I just couldn't get in. Like, originally when I saw it, I get into it because it was just like, well, it looks a little off-putting to me at the time because, again, I'm a dumb young kid.
Mm-hmm.
But since then, oh, fuck, man, do I want to play that game so badly now.
Mm-hmm. I'm the same way.
And you're like, I want it. Not, I don't want this alien inside me, but maybe I'll give it permission. That's almost an inside joke to that stupid game storyline.
Yeah.
Which I think, the storyline was he's trying to collect DNA to build back his race up again because they cloned too much.
Yeah.
And it turns out the humans have all the DNA because the early ancestors fucked them a lot. It's just which is like, oh, okay, we're going that direction.
Want this
okay.
alien inside of me.
Too late. Shit.
Too late. The alien is inside of you, except the alien.
Fuck.
That's a positive?
But
like,
But the other thing is that I'm actually kind of hoping for is to see hope, pray to the gods that with this remake we're gonna see some other games.
Well, we're already getting Bikini Bottom, so there's no other need.
That's a meme. Fuck off.
No,
or is that actually?
That's actually real. That's real.
No, that's real. That's real.
Really?
Was it the Battle for
Yeah, it's
Bikini
Battle for
Bottom or
Bikini
something?
Bottom. It's worse than $1,000 Mac stand.
I don't think
No,
it's
it
worse.
is terrible. It's absolute trash, Josh. How dare you defend your own logic?
Just to be the person who's on the other side, really.
Mm-hmm.
and to have fun and make and see people going, how could you? And I'm like, I said a word I shouldn't have said.
Yeah, it's called the...
I said the N-word nipple.
Nipple.
Oh no!
You have been banned from this Christian server.
Shoot! Jankies!
Yeah.
Oh no,
No.
I've been banned.
But I won't lie. Like I'm actually like really excited to see what goes out E3 this year with all the things that have been announced already. A week, 2 weeks prior, because like a bunch of slews of like announcements this past week, which has made a lot of people like really excited to see what's going to. But at the same time, I'm very concerned with what they're gonna. Because this E3 that's coming up, it's gonna be like fucking packed. Like the show is gonna be like fucking like either gonna be like a hard like fucking every person's gonna come up to bat and just swing and hammer it out of the park, or they're gonna fucking flop. I think that's what's gonna happen. I actually this is personally a prediction for Sony. I think Sony's gonna like do pretty solid. I think Microsoft is also gonna do pretty solid. Nintendo doesn't go to E3.
No, they do.
Do they?
Well, the funny thing is, more and more companies are kind of backing out. Like even what was the last company that backed out? I think Konami. Like they still have that giant booth space with nothing
Does
in
Konami even ship games anymore?
I don't think they do. Or they do, but they publish, and that's all they do.
Well, there
Which,
isn't anything wrong with that.
I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, man, they just really, really fuck their own fans.
Yeah.
That's.
But yeah, like as for companies are still there, like more and more are pulling out, and that the people that organize it, they kind of need to really collectively pull their shit together in order to figure out what the hell's going on with that.
Yeah.
Because it's getting to a point of the people who organize it are in hot water for I forget what illegal thing they did, but it was like not paying people or some shit. And it turns out like because this higher up is fired / in jail, they don't know who's in control anymore. So it's kind of just like he said, she said, I'm in control. No, he's in control. No, this other guy's in control. And it's just kind of a odd garbage mishmash of no one's understanding what the fuck is going on.
A few things I'm going to say, and then Josh is going to be like, yep, you're 100% right, or no, you're 100% wrong. So E3 is basically a dumpster fire and not necessary anymore. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I wouldn't say that at all.
I think because of the internet, it comes completely obsolete.
So I got an opinion.
No.
And I'm going to let Allan finish, and then I'm going to say my opinion.
The reason why I don't agree with the E3 is completely obsolete and stuff like that is E3 tends to be a hard and abrupt announcement style for like topics that weren't like that people didn't know. And while normally what companies do now is a very soft and very gentle release, such as like how like Paradox does it, how what's that other company? Like name one of the big companies that has done a big announcement not at E3 in the past few years. Bethesda announced Elder Scrolls at E3 last.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk 2077 put out its big trailer at E3.
Nope, not last year. Well, last year they did, but not the announcement.
Yes, but that was the thing. It's like that's the thing is they announced that they were doing the game, and then they did the announcement trailer at E3. That's what that was.
They announced the announcement.
Yeah, like again, like, and that's the thing is like they're either going to be soft releases, which is not a bad thing in my opinion. But the way that the companies have been changing up what they do is very interesting. I would say that technically we're getting for the most part is the way that most companies are doing it. They're doing soft announcements where they announce the game not at E3, and then at E3 they do it as a press conference where they start showing off details, start developing this is what's going on, and then from E3 onwards, or from San Diego, or not San Diego, Northwest, is it Northwest? Or is it, like, I don't remember what the other big game show that comes out every year in, like, late August or early September is. I can't remember what it is. But that's another time that people do pretty big announcements as well. Yeah. Again, it's what I've noticed with E3 is it tends to be the hard, heavy, come out, here's news, here's information, here's like topics that we got to talk about, and we're just going to go from there. And then they do. Which I'm not upset about. I actually kind of prefer that.
I mean, a lot of people prefer that.
Yeah, like, I mean, I know I'm saying two things here, saying it's obsolete, but at the same time, it's like, I do like to see an event of, like, oh, video games are cool. Here's all this cool stuff coming out. And I'm like, yay. But at the same time, it's like, because of the internet and just, like, because just how things evolved over time, it's just hard to make a effort just
it's hard to make a case for something when it's so damaging.
Yeah, that's like, it's either really damaging or it's just like, oh, you should have just live streamed your whole thing in your own HQ and you don't have to spend a penny coming here. And it's like, it seems like a way better benefit. Like, way better.
I got a few things. And I think that I'm going to say this and then everyone's going to either disagree with me or go, that makes sense. But my opinion is personally that E3 has been slowly dying and getting pushed out by other companies and other competitions. I think that part of the issue is that the industry itself is just simply like holding on to things that I think that it's.
I can see what you're talking about, but at the same time, I would probably lean more to the fact that E3 is the big one to do for it, and a lot of the bigger companies are going to stick with it, which is why it's still around. It's being edged out for smaller companies like
PAX.
Maybe like PAX is the other. Yeah, PAX is the other thing because there's PAX, PAX E3, and then there's one more, which is the Gamecom. No.
Kind of Gamecom. It's Gamescom. More
it's a Gamescom. Like, again, there's three big announcements figured there. PAX is for what I think is smaller developers, and the other one is for like indie developers and big companies to step up. Like, these are smaller projects we've got on the road. Let's go with that. And that's what they do. Third show. But again, it's basically a balance. Well, how does it all work together? How does this work? How does these work together? And it's more often than not that E3 becomes kind of like a small competition between the big boys, which I don't have a problem with. I like watching the big boys like step up on stage, just flex their guns, and show that they're like really capable of doing what they like are like coming out to do.
If your phrasing was a little worse, it sounded very sexual.
Yeah.
Blowing their load all across the stage. There you go.
I disagree entirely, but okay. So, anyway,
What, blowing their load?
So anyways,
No.
E3 has already kind of begun because EA did their EA Play thing. There was not a lot there, nothing worth really talking about. We shouldn't even talk about it, except for the new Star Wars game was there, and I'm actually kind of excited.
Oh yeah, I heard that they showed off some stuff there today.
They did.
I'm gonna have to give it a look at here later after the show because like all I know as of right now is it looks good. It's from what I like. Again, like there are literally like 4 people like that I follow on YouTube that are like, no, it looks good. It actually looks good, and hopefully it actually isn't like plagued by EA's big problem.
I mean, as long as it's no Doom Eternal. There's no ripping off people's faces, ripping a demon in two with your bare hands, and you can't make the bop it. You can't do the bop it. So it's not pre-orderable. I'm just going to say that. There's no torsos in 2. There's nothing really lightsabery about it. But I will buy it. I'll buy it when it comes out. Yeah, there's no internal. Like, you can't disembowel somebody with a lightsaber. Which is disappointing for me. Because
well, you can't. Well, you can. It's just it's not a slow death. Unlike with how what happens in
Mr. Doom Man
with
does
how
it.
Mr. Doom Man
the
does
Doomslayer, the Doom Marine.
Yeah.
I like the 10-year-old explanation. Did Mr. Doom Man?
I have to be careful about how I phrase myself now because there's a character in a Warhammer called the Doom Seeker, and all he is he's a character who is literally taken an oath to find the best death possible, and he has yet to die. He's just like, I can't find anything to kill me. It's getting to the point where he's going crazy.
So I'm just going to say this, that like if like I'm going to say 2 complaints and then about that is that the entire thing is alpha footage, so they can fix this. But it seems like a lot of the enemies just took burn marks when they were damaged.
Yeah.
So I was a little disappointed.
Which, again, they might also have to like make sure not to like they got to keep it to a certain rating too. That's something else you need to remember.
I want a hard R though.
I want
What?
Maybe. Oh,
There's a bit of concern there.
I was gonna say it's like movies were coming out, and you're like, man, I hope it's rated R, and I'm like, I want a hard R.
I want a
Make it hard.
PG-13 Deadpool.
No, we
Shut up. They made
No,
that.
don't.
Yeah, and it was fucking shit.
It was okay.
No, it was terrible.
It was.
It was just
I watched it. Never do that.
It was just a re-edit of the original movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think the only part that they added in there was the not Ferris Bueller, the reference to the other movie,
Yep.
which I find very funny.
So, I got some Apple news.
Oh,
Apple announced the MacBook Pro and $1,000 monitor stand.
yeah, I saw that and I was like, yep, Apple is just fucking crazy. The only people who are going to buy that, and legit, the only people who are going to buy that hard is legit the people who you're like, they were going to buy it regardless of what.
That, and like I've heard other professionals been looking at it, and they're like, people who are buying this probably have that set up in their either office or in their own personal space of like they have all this expensive gear already. That's just a drop in a bucket. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, that's true. But at the same time, it's like, I'm pretty sure if you take like 10 whole goddamn seconds, type into Amazon monitor stand, you can find things that are like $20, but hey,
you know what? It's
whatever.
Going to be hilarious is
Wonderful.
that like the amount of people are actually not going to buy the Apple stand and buy an Amazon stand. Because I think that thing has VESA mounting compatibility.
Just, man, $1,000
You
stand.
want to know what? I actually kind of like it.
I sure hope they have like $50 plastic slip guards to put on the front of that thing so you can fuck it. Because
Oh no, because like here's the thing: it's like if you're buying the monitor, I don't like the monitor. I like the actual chassis of the computer. I think the computer is actually really gorgeous and beautiful, and I kind of like everything that they're doing. The one thing I don't like is that they have a graphics card that AMD refuses to sell me. Thus, my jimmies are rustled.
Isn't it bad? It's like a bad graphics card, technically.
It's two Vega 2s with 32 gigs RAM each.
Huh.
So it's 64, and it's connected via Infinity Fabric.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's basically two GPUs stuck together, and it's probably the most powerful GPU ever built. And I am going to say this, though, very calm. I am going to try and say this calmly, as calm as I can. If you're buying $1,000 monitor stand, they better send an escort along with it to give you a blowjob.
Basically,
I
yeah.
mean-
Because, like, I mean,
think
it's
given.
pretty much like they should do this. Like,
I think it's a clear given.
it should be. The other issue, I do have a small issue with them, however. I think the case and stuff like that, I think that Gamers Nexus should do a review on it, but they're going to refuse because it's too expensive. Yeah. And I think that once those cases are, I think that those cases are going to be far more valuable for the PC market because, quite frankly, I want that case just so I can mod the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I would love it. And I don't think Apple's going to let me do that, so I'm kind of sad.
Or just go get one of the older Mac giant tower
What?
Macs and just rip the shit out of that and put some sleeper
Right?
PC
That's
parts
kind
in
of like
there.
what I'm thinking is like, I think that would be cool, is to just have like a Linux box or like a PC that's just a sleeper PC. But I'm probably not going to do that anyways, because the next PC I'm going to work on is a water cooling PC, and there's already like a distro plate case. So I would rather have one of those.
Yeah. I think that's it for tonight.
Well,
though.
we got one more.
We're all
We got
out.
one more topic. Yes.
Oh, do we?
We could talk about the Crowder Vox bullshit for 20 minutes.
Adpocalypse number 3.
How funny is it that this guy basically could have prevented everything? Called himself this. You know, it's very funny that Steven Crowder is getting punished for repeating something about Carlos Mox that Carlos Mox wrote about himself.
Yeah.
I mean, this Carlo Mox guy seems is a very big bully to Carlos Mox, if you catch my drift.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't know. The reason why it comes up today is Philip DeFranco got lumped into a bunch of alt-writers, as did Jordan Peterson, as did a lot of people. And fuck the New York Times.
Basically.
Aren't they just full of old people that don't know how to do anything?
No, they hire people like Sarah Jessica Wong, who is a bitch and a cunt and an idiot and a fucking Apple fanboy and a piece of shit and probably doesn't know how to build a PC even if her life depended on her. And I'm being very offensive right now because I'm pretty pissed off.
Mm-hmm. So she's just stupid. Okay. Got it.
Fuck Fox Media, fuck NBC. I'm going to say this right now. I think that people like that. So there was an interesting piece of data released recently that charted the amount of use of the word white, like a bunch of words. And literally, Tim Pool has come up with the theory that the left is basically going insane.
Pretty much.
Carlos Mox used Pride Month to his advantage and single-handedly has made me lose respect for him and basically has made me go, so he's incompetent and a fool. Like, it hurts everyone, this entire thing. It was unnecessary. I think everyone agrees on that. It has been completely underappreciated.
Yeah.
And it has been completely destructive. I think that right now, if I was Crowder, because, like, you know what the solution would have been. And I think everyone kind of doesn't want to say what the solution was going to be, but if I was in Susan Wojcicki's position, I would have just said, yep, we're going to eliminate the problem. And I would have eliminated all of Vox's channels. And then as soon as they go, why? I would sit there and say, you have attacked this creator, 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 this creator. You have accused this of this, you've done this, and I would have a list. And I'd say, would you like me to continue? And if they say, well, no, I would sit there and say, so, like, you can stop, you can create your own website, and then you can talk to me. But that didn't happen, and I understand the reason why. You know, it's kind of easier to play ball with the bigger media companies and kind of just sweep something under the rug. But at the same time, this is just like, it isn't okay. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Honestly, the situation that came out after which makes it really funny to me, is the fact that he immediately got demonetized.
Oh, yeah.
As a result of him going like, no, this isn't fair. And YouTube was like, okay, fuck it. And like a lot of people were like, yeah, you reap what you sowed here. You literally started this, and YouTube ended it in the most effective way possible. To the point where, like, what are we going to do in response to now? Like, we actively can't respond. And it's to the point where, like, nothing good's going to come out of this.
Nothing is going to come good out of this. They have started a war.
They have indeed.
This is 2014 all over again. It's not as violent. It's not as dangerous. It's not as confusing as a time as it once was. But this is a war. This is not going to end well. And I'm sorry, Josh, for kind of talking politics, but like, this is like fucking bullshit, but it is.
Yes.
If you wanted, there's a saying that I posted on Twitter, and it's called, and it is, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. And I was writing something at work, and I just want to kind of read it. And I just want to say that, like, at what point is enough, can we say enough is enough? At what point can we say stop, take a breath, and move forward? Stop clinging to the scars and the weakness that are blatant lies that are designed to hold you back. At what point can we sit there and say, you're the problem?
It won't ever happen.
Well, I think it already is.
No, it is.
I think
it won't. No, it won't. I hate to break it to you, Jeff. I would love for that to happen, but it's not going to. It's never going to. It's so long off for somebody to actually admit that they are wrong. It's really hard. It's really hard for people to like freely.
Oh no, I don't think that those people are ever going to admit that they're the problem. But I think that looking forward for another group of Karens is not the worst thing in the world. I think that the bigger issue here is that it is. There are reasonable people on both sides of this divide that are growing. There is people on both sides who agree and disagree. There are people on both sides who are willing to move forward. I think the bigger issue here is that, like, as soon as you add something, it just automatically gets thrown out of the bus. What I do think, though, is I think that Carlos owes Crowder an apology, and I think Carlos should appear on Crowder's show. And I think that it would be difficult for him to sit there and do that, and I completely understand. But at the same time, I think that, like, if you want to bury the hatchet, that might be the most effective way. I can understand him not wanting to do that. I can understand him completely going, nope, that's completely my choice. But at the end of the day, I think that he is completely an asshat and not redeemable in the slightest. And the funny thing is that, like, the funny thing is that, like, it feels as if that he used a vulnerability in the system of, like, I'm a journalist, I'm far more important, I'll go after your advertisers, to make YouTube submit. And it's funny because, like, this has directly affected him because basically he gave the Vox union leverage, which, why the fuck does a journalist organization have a union? You probably make more fucking money than any of us. You fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. He's got, like, what's going on is, like, nobody's willing to talk, and this guy was, I hate to break it to you, but his identity is that I am gay, and I am proud to be gay, and anybody who says otherwise is wrong or a bigot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of person that's going on. But for the most part, like, you figure, well, yeah, we needed to talk and negotiate with people. I guess not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
But I think that's a
I think it is too.
All right.
Thank you for listening to Black.
You know, listen to us.
Thank you to
us every.
Hold on, one of us.
Go.
Thank you for listening to Black Mind Podcast, episode 203, 204. 203. Thank you for listening to Black Mind Podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday on the blackmindgames.podme.com feed. Thank you for Josh for joining me, and have a good night, everyone.
Recording.
You know what's funny is that, like, I know why he wants to be on the show, and I'm just, like, fucking, like, pissed off too about it. But fuck him. Like, can I just say that? Fuck him. He's a piece of shit.
What's the, like, what, like, but what's the thing?
Oh, Crowder. The Crowder bullshit. Jumping on right now. Yeah, you better, you motherfucker. Couldn't stay dead. We put you in a grave literally today. You couldn't stay dead. Getting on the headset right now. Yeah, you better. You better. Better, you fucking piece of shit.
Here lies Allan. And you see the fist come out of the grave, and they're like, God fucking
God damn it. We clearly didn't put enough sedative in him. Do you sound
like,
pissed off?
Shouldn't pour concrete in this grave.
You know, he's radioactive.
I don't think radioactive. Super strength will help you get out of there.
He's radioactive.
Super strength. Bitch.
So I like how Leslie's like, it sounds like you have an emotional fuck. And I'm like, oh, great. It's going to be great when I... gonna be so great. I hope that's not what it is. But she might be that kind of way. Mm-hmm. We should go to Japan.
I mean, it'd
We
be
should
awesome.
go to Japan.
I know Leslie wants to go.
Leslie's a piece of shit. Leslie's a piece. I call.
You're a piece.
Well, you know who's
Yeah.
you know who's really a piece of shit. Me, the unaccepting person who is actually a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's why I'm saying you're a piece of shit.
Josh, I'm very hurt by what you just said. It hurts my heart.
Piece of poopy.
You a piece of poop. If input. Get access. Get access. Fucker. Access name. Indeed, support tech. Yes, I would love to apply for your stupid job, so that way then I can sit there and continue being Signal for the rest of my life.
Freaking my brother Joe, who was trying to recommend me getting a job over at the U-Line. I'm not sure if I said that before or anything, but it's like, yeah, get this job at U-Line. And I looked them up. The only place on Google Maps that they showed up was in Edmonton, but they're literally the most far west and the farthest north possible of like still being technically in Edmonton. And I was like, okay, it's the Google Maps said it's roughly 40 minutes to get there from my house. So I was like,
yeah, that's.
so I'm like, well, that's a bit of a drive, and that's going one way. So I'm like, well, okay, so what's this job paying for? And it's like $22 an hour. I'm like, I'm not sure if that's worth it.
Greater than? Or
Like that is, I mean, like it is $5 more, like almost $7 more, I guess. But at the same time, it's like that would just offset me paying my car for gas.
So you want to know what happened recently? So
What?
So today, or not today, this week, I got an interview, and look at the piece of shit who delayed the show. I am giving you so.
Make sure
Yes, I am. This has been determined. No, because Allan, let me finish what I was going to say.
You don't get it.
I
I was at work. I got. Hey, you're watching tonight. Dropped on me at the last minute at 6:00. I text Rory saying, "Hey, can you text Jeff telling them I literally can't come because I don't have data right now." So I did all my precautions at the time available. When I got home, I was like, I gotta do my run. If you guys want, I can do 11:30.
So
And you said, okay, I can wait, but I'm going to bitch at you. And I'm like, looking at that, I'm like, I literally gave you the warning. I even told you, I'm good for both days because I didn't know I was going to be on Conquer. I would have preferred yesterday because I had the day off. But Josh had a Magic got midnight.
Magic
And I
at
was like,
midnight.
I was not going to try and force that.
So, all I was going to say is that I understand that you're busy. I understand that you're tired. I appreciate what you did. That was all I was going to say. The reason why I'm frustrated is because
This is the third week in a row.
this is the third fucking week in a row. And today I realized that we're not going to do an E3 show because I'm on vacation and I'm not fucking editing the show. I am refusing to edit the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm refusing to edit the show that week because I am on vacation. My job is to relax while I'm on vacation.
That is fair.
And so the reason why I'm frustrated is because this is the third week in a row. If you guys want to record a show while I'm gone, there is no editor to edit the show. So this is the last show.
We could just talk about
could
just talk about like E3 when you come back.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're going to have to do, right?
And we could do a week off of things so that we can actually all like get ourselves sorted.
Right.
Because I think that's I think that's mostly the problem right now. Like we're getting busy and rushed with our tasks at hand.
I think
because summer.
I think the issue is that like also it's like for me it's like I am trying my best in order to finish everything right now, and then I just put more loads on my back, and it's like fuck. So, yeah. But let's start the show with sync, and yeah, like that was the only thing. I am going to be a little bit mean to you when I introduce you, by the way.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, like all I'm going to sit there and say is the person who refuses to fucking die, we put him in a fucking grave full of concrete, and he busts out. I don't know why. We clearly didn't use enough sedative. But
sedative? You mean? I think you mean enough
chlorine,
enough thick layer of. Enough. I think enough layer of concrete. But then again, if I work with concrete, so I know all its weaknesses and strengths. It bends to me.
Allan the Concrete Weaver.
Apparently.
Okay, let's start.
All right, sinking in 3, 2, 1.